Welcome to Women in the Know, where we discuss everything from politics and policy to relationships and marketing. We share the knowledge we have gained through our experience and our interviews with you, the viewers, so that we can all learn something from it. Rebecca, today we are going to talk about something that we talked about a little bit. We touched on it with Sherry Rose in her interview about recognizing your strengths and weaknesses and knowing who you are so that you can find the place that you're supposed to be. And she talked about it in terms of knowing that she wants to be a helper, a support role, the number two, that she loves being in that space. She had mentioned that before. So what do you think? What are your thoughts about that? Because I think that's not something everybody always leans into. I think they want to be the number one. They want to be the it, but she loves that role of making it happen and making it happen, building teams, setting things in motion.
Yeah. So first I have to applaud her for A, recognizing it, and B, going counter what really is an American culture, right? We all want to be number one. We all want to be on top. We all want to be, have the title and be CEO and be winners in some way. And to her, winning is using her talent to her fullest. And she understands she's not the inventor. She's not the creator. She's not the idea person. She's the woman that comes next to that idea person and executes. She builds the team. She builds the processes in place to make sure that that idea gets implemented. And she loves that role, absolutely loves that role. And she's incredibly good at it. So I thought it was brilliant how she A, recognized it, and two, now just flat out thrives on it. She's not even trying to be the founder or be the inventor or be the creator or be in the number one position. So I wish more of us felt that comfortable in our own skin that we could say, this is who I am, right? And this is my role. She even went counter everything her family taught her, which was entrepreneur, entrepreneur, entrepreneur.
She did. And, there's an interesting thing when you think about it, that just because you're not necessarily the visionary of the company does not mean that you don't have vision, because she's got a lot of vision about how the execution should look, who should be on the team, what role they fill. So to me, with someone who is more entrepreneurial or visionary in terms of the big idea, if you don't have that person with the vision of how it's going to be done, a lot of times you get lost and things don't get done. So I think her role is just as critical, if not even more, than the person who is the number one. If you want to put it that way.
Totally agree. Now, I've been that entrepreneur, right? I've been that idea person, that inventor. And I agree with you 100%, Elizabeth. Without that number two person, without that person that says, okay, I see your vision. Here's the 6 things that we have to put in place, and going about rallying the troops and getting them going the right direction, freeing up that kind of wild, crazy entrepreneur to keep coming up with ideas and doing what they're good at. You know who else talked about this was Meg Roberts.
Oh, I was going to say Heather Hudson. There are so many that have talked about this.
Heather Hudson, Renee talked about it. Israel, she talked about it. That same need for both of those types of individuals, and why it's so important to recognize that where we are particularly good and partner up. Because to your point, if you got a visionary, an entrepreneur who doesn't have this number two person, they're either going to get crazy exhausted, or they're never going to get to a place that they could get if they had this, let's call it the executioner. Yeah. Person that knows how to execute. So
that sounds a little ominous.
I know it sounds terrible.
But I think it's true, and I think that it doesn't need to be discounted as a secondary role. You're not really the number two. You're just an integral, different facet coming in with a different kind of vision, I think. So I think it's fun to talk to somebody who knows exactly where they belong. My favorite type of interview is someone who is doing the job they're meant to do, and they get so excited to talk about it, and they have it all thought out. And you don't have to ask a lot of questions because they understand who they are, how they accomplish things, and where they're going, which I think is just, it's a fun thing to watch.
It's so fun. And the second part about that, she
Mhm.
wasn't just good at it for herself. She could see it in others. She
Mhm.
was Sherry Rose of Restoration One. For those of you who don't know her, look her up. She could recognize the talent in others, and she knew
Mhm.
how to bring it out. So it's a wonderful gift she has personally, and then also that she gives to others.
Absolutely.
So exciting. Women just kicking butt out there.
Yeah. So I think in the comments, people should tell us: are you the visionary, or do you have the vision
Are
to
you the
execute?
executioner?
Right. Visionary, executioner.
Yeah, which are you?
Dreamer, guillotine runner.
There you go. Got it. All right. I love it. So make your comments. Make sure to subscribe, of course, also. And we'll see you next week